Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today we're trying out a team built by one of my Twitch subscribers, Dr. October. It's a really cool team. We actually played with it on stream a couple of days ago, but it features Weakness Policy Dhelmise, Gmax Hatterene, and a bunch of really cool support Pokemon in Eject Button, Hitmontop, AV Machamp, Twisted Spoon, Indeedee, and Life Orb Chandelure. Got a lot of cool tricks up its sleeve. This is a rental team, so feel free to try it out yourselves. And like I mentioned, we played with it on stream a couple days ago. I wanted to ask you guys if you would be down for me uploading occasional highlights from my Twitch streams. I will caveat that with the fact that my Twitch games are a little bit more chaotic because I'm interacting with the fans live. And I say, you know, I am obviously always focused on winning games and providing the best commentary. But with those games, yeah, I feel like I'm maybe a little bit more hyped sometimes, a little bit more loud. And if that's something you guys are down to see, though, if you guys have seen my streams already and think that would be good content to upload onto YouTube as well, let me know in the comments below, and let's just give this team a try. It's a really fun team, and thank you to Dr. October for building it. I also will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. There is a grassroots tournament organized by Victory Road. If you guys actually don't have much to do and you know, want to play in it, I think it would be really fun. There's over 160 people registered already, I believe, and the entry fee is pretty low as well, and you can win cash prizes if you get top 8 in the tournament. So, yeah, I'll link details about that in the description below. I'm going to be streaming my tournament run. Not very focused on doing super well, but, you know, figured it'd be a cool opportunity to interact with you guys live, do some live best of 3s, and just hang out overall. So, yeah, hopefully see you at my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CybertronVGC. That is also my Twitter and Instagram. If you don't follow me on those platforms already, give me a follow because I'm going to be a lot more active on those platforms as well. One thing I was doing on Instagram the other day was just doing like a Q&A session with people who wanted to submit questions, and I didn't answer a lot of the questions, so I want to do another one of those relatively soon. So yeah, give me a follow on those platforms. You guys have also killed it with the recent question of the days. You guys have given me some really good recommendations for music, for, you know, games, for shows. So today my question of the day is, what is your favorite dish to cook? Because I'm always looking for new recipes. So let's get into it. As always, if you guys enjoy, please share your support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get started. This team reminds me a little bit of the Lapras team we were using, but honestly it's probably a better version with Togekiss and Gyarados instead of what I had. So the first question I always have to ask is, can I set up Trick Room easily? And what scares me here is mainly the Machamp. I think my matchup against Gyarados isn't too great either. But there isn't much stopping me from going like Hitmontop and Hat, I think, in this game. The problem is that we might want to max the Hat, honestly, but that doesn't seem terrible. Okay, let's think this through. The thing is, I also want to bring Machamp and Indeedee. Indeedee mainly for that redirection support. But I guess we could go Hitmontop, Hat with Machamp, Dhelmise in the back. It doesn't seem terrible. Let's see. The main reason to bring Indeedee is for redirection. Psychic also doesn't do terrible damage, but Gyarados I think is often going to be Assault Vest, so I think having another physical type attack would be pretty good. So, alright, let's try out Hitmontop and Hatterene. This is Focus Sash Hatterene as well, so it's able to obviously survive any attack and get Trick Room up. We could also potentially Gigantamax it, depending on what we're going up against. So, yeah, let's play with this team. I'd really, really like to max Dhelmise. I actually think Dhelmise is amazing in this matchup if we're able to get the max off. We also don't necessarily need to Brutal Swing to activate Weakness Policy. We could self-Sucker Punch. But it's going to be Raichu and Lapras. Okay. So one thing you could do here is fake out my Hat and just attack with Lapras. Not ideal. Indeedee would have actually worked out really nice for us here. I wish I kind of just brought it, honestly. I'm leaning towards Fake Out Raichu and just Trick Room. Because here, I mean, do you really risk Fake Outing into Hatterene when I have the Indeedee switch in potentially in the back? Or does my opponent just, one, not call that, or two, kind of discount that as a play? Because we could also max Hat and Gmax Confusion, which honestly wouldn't be bad in this scenario. I'm gonna go for that. Yeah, I'm gonna fake out the Raichu here to block a potential Volt Switch or Brick Break onto the Lapras. If I had just brought the Indeedee though, I think I'd probably just switch out into Indeedee and Trick Room turn 1. But I'm also okay with this outcome. It will make next turn a little bit more interesting, but then you have to attack through double confusion now. So unfortunately, our first time with the team, we don't get to max the Dhelmise, but I think in this case, it's a little uncomfortable with this lead matchup. The fake out here covers every option onto Raichu, right? If they fake out into my hat, whatever, I don't really care. It doesn't really affect me. And they fake out into Hitmontop, I get the eject button off. And the main thing here is that, you know, hat's decently bulky, so I'll be able to get confusion buff against everything. But my opponent didn't really have much for Indeedee and Hatterene as a lead, to be honest. But Raichu does go for the fake out. Onto the Hitmontop, actually, so we could have just clicked Trick Room. That's a little frustrating. Yeah, okay. It does give us a free switch in, though, so I think I actually... Thinking about just going out into Dhelmise. Machamp's better. We have the Assault Vest onto that. Yeah. Plus, it actually, you know, does a lot of damage to Lapras with close combat. Or, sorry, a Dynamic Punch. Just G-Max Resonancy. Okay, yeah, if we set up Trick Room, I actually think we would have just won this game turn 1 because we had the eject button too, but I don't think I would have risked Hat getting faked out there. And I don't really care. Like, screens going up here is fine. We also could have gone for the Helping Hand, honestly, beforehand. Get some extra damage off of Hatterene, but we'll get the G-Max Might off here. Okay, so much damage that is. Not amazing damage, but also not terrible. Surely it's, you know, self-weakness policy. Be really surprised if it weren't. So, the only way... The problem here is that my opponent gets a double. Like, manages to... Because what we can do is honestly just max Mindstorm and Dynamic Punch into Lapras. I think I'm just going to go for that, yeah. If we can knock out Lapras, then that's still pretty good, all things considered. Especially because Raichu doesn't do much damage in a matchup like this, right? So these teams are pretty heavily centered around Lapras. But like I said, if we just Trick Room turn 1, we would have gotten the free switch in. And Raichu actually switches out, which is fine by me. Into Togekiss, okay. Max Confusioning would have been better than... I wanted to get the terrain up to do more damage with Psychics. Oh, he actually gets the max guard off, wow. Okay, that's a little frustrating. But perhaps we can get Trick Room up this game still then. Dhelmise would have swept through this team so hard. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Smite. I don't want to switch into Hitmontop. You probably double into Machamp, right? With AV though, should be able to take that. I'm gonna Smite and Stone Edge Togekiss actually. Because Lapras isn't a big offensive threat. Togekiss is actually a bigger threat because of the super effective attacks it has against Dhelmise, Hitmontop, and Machamp. I don't know if Machamp survives actually. That looks like a crit on both. And Lapras snaps out of confusion. Oh, okay. Let's see who it's targeting. Probably Machamp, right? Yeah. Okay. So everything going my opponent's way this game, basically. No confusion hit into double crit into snapping out of confusion. We will confuse both again here, though, and now this gives us the opportunity to set up Trick Room this next turn. Looks like that was a crit onto Max Might, actually, as well. So, kind of making up for the crits earlier. But that's the thing, that's why relying on G-Max Might isn't super great, right? Like I said, if we just get up Trick Room, we probably just win the game turn 1. But I just was really worried about the fake out into the hat slot. Okay, so let's bring on Hitmontop now. We can still win if we get Trick Room up. So I think we bring out Hitmontop, we just fake out the Lapras, and if the Togekiss hits itself in confusion. I guess the other question here is who do I want to fake out? Both are confused. We're definitely obviously clicking Trick Room. Regular Dhelmise could sweep through this entire team, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Lapras when... Oh, this is tough. You would need a crit and attack through confusion, so that's a 50% chance, plus attacking through confusion. With Lapras, you just need to attack through confusion. And probably hit a Hydro Pump, but that's 80%. So I think we just fake out Lapras here. And if we get it, I think we're actually not in a bad spot. Oh, that's really good. My opponent's just giving me Trick Room. Ah, Dusclops is in the back though. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, Dhelmise actually has a pretty good offensive matchup against everything here. Let's see if Dhelmise can pull something off. Yeah, but Dhelmise literally would have been able to literally get a one-hit KO and everything if turn 1 we just went for the Trick Room. So I should have played a little bit more aggro there. Question here is whether I want to predict the reversal on Trick Room from Dusclops and click Trick Room again myself. That would allow us to... I don't see much out here, actually, against the Togekiss. Well, we do have Sucker Punch, actually, which might be able to KO. Maybe we just Psychic in close combat Lapras, actually. Okay. I don't know if this KOs with screens up. I want to say it doesn't, but that's actually kind of close. Oh, Lapras is actually faster under Trick Room. But it hits itself in confusion. Yeah, okay, Dusclops is reversing the Trick Room here. Okay, so we finally get one confusion hit off. If Sucker Punch knocks out Togekiss, I think we just win the game. And Togekiss is really low. Screens also wears off, so that's perfect. That was obviously a big confusion hit, but given how many Pokemon were confused for how many turns. Okay, Togekiss comes out. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sucker Punch should KO that, right? I'd be shocked if it didn't. So we Sucker Punch Togekiss, but what do we do with Hat? Do we set up Trick Room again? I think so. Yeah, we Trick Room and we Sucker Punch Togekiss. This is really intense. But I made this harder for myself in that turn 1 play. Okay, we knocked out Togekiss with Sucker Punch. Dusclops can give this team a lot of trouble, though. He's going to Nightshade. Yep, that's fine. Into Hatterene, so we get Trick Room up again. Now there's Raichu in the back, but Raichu shouldn't be able to thread in. I think here we switch Hitmontop out into... I guess Raichu could Fake Out here, right? I want to switch Top Out into Dhelmise and Brutal Swing. But you could just Fake Out the Hat. But then Dhelmise, I mean, can take multiple turns of Nightshade, and it can avoid attacks through Phantom Force. Okay, let's see. If we get the Weakness Policy off, though, I think we just win. So let's see. Just so sad, because this was, like, perfect material for a Dhelmise sweep turn 1. Like, it was like the dream scenario, but I don't think it was a blatant misplay. Okay, let's see. Raichu, gonna go for Fake Out. Into Dhelmise, okay. We get Brutal Swing off, so Weakness Policy is now activated. I think that should just be game, honestly. Dhelmise comes out, regular Dhelmise. We still have to connect our attacks, I guess, which is scary. Let's see if he's reversing Trick Room. Okay, yeah. But that's fine, honestly, right? Because I guess what Raichu probably goes for is Paralysis through Nuzzle. What I'm worried about is Nuzzle and Nightshade into Dhelmise. So I could protect Dhelmise here, sack Hatterene out to get a free switch into Hitmontop. I think that's the correct play. We Psychic the Raichu and we protect here. Because then... that means Hitmontop can just Fake Out Raichu, and then we just Phantom Force the Dusclops. Okay, he's gonna Volt Switch, that's fine. Yeah. And Clops is gonna go for... oh, it's got Will-O-Wisp. Okay, good to know that it has that. Yeah, but there's not much stopping me now from bringing Hitmontop back out and going for Fake Out onto Raichu and just Phantom Force, I think. If we just Phantom Force last turn, though, we probably just would have won the game. I also don't know if +2 Phantom Force knocks out Dusclops. I want to say it does, though. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked. Alright, let's see if we can close this out with Dhelmise. Come on. Alright, we'll get the Fake Out off. Hitmontop was so good for support in this game, though. Oh, he's faster! Right. Okay, well, that makes this more interesting. Yeah, I should have expected him to be faster. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, close combat should knock out Raichu, so I think we just close combat into Raichu here. It's gonna be a close finish, but I still like our position. If we were faster, obviously the game would just be over, but this is min speed, Dhelmise, so I totally just forgot about the speed tiers a little bit there. So then what could I have done better? Not sure there was a guaranteed play. Okay. I think we should still be good here. Close combat should knock out Raichu. Yeah, this Hitmontop was huge in this game, honestly. It did so much damage against Raichu and Lapras. Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Nightshade. We've seen 3 moves on Dusclops already. I'm just going for Will-O-Wisp onto Hitmontop. Okay. I mean, the thing is that Phantom Force is still doing a lot of damage, right? Let's see how much this does. Yeah, another one should KO. Okay. And we have Sucker Punch, too. And it'll take at least 2 Nightshades to KO Dhelmise. So I think we just Sucker Punch Dusclops and Phantom Force. We've seen Nightshade, Will-O-Wisp, and Trick Room. Okay, he's gonna fail. He's got Ping Split. Okay. That's the last attack we wanted to see. Ah, he had the perfect Dusclops moveset this game, unfortunately for us. Which kind of sucks. Okay. We Sucker Punch again, and just Phantom Force. He should go for Will-O-Wisp. You shouldn't attack here, because you can stall out Hitmontop, because I can't touch you outside of Sucker Punch. So I think we lose now because it has Pain Split as well. Which is very unfortunate. Like, this Dusclops had the perfect 4 moves. I needed all 4 those moves to win this game. But it's not like a, you know, crazy Dusclops set by any means. That was a really good game, though. One in which, like I said, we could have won if we just Trick Room turn 1 because we got the switch out. And then what we do the following turn is literally just Brutal Swing, Max Overgrowth into Lapras, and, like, we just win the game. So, a little unfortunate. We could still win, though. Let's see. Oh, he's actually going to attack here, Nightshade. Interesting. Into Hitmontop. Let's see how much Phantom Force does here. Oh, it gets the KO! Was that a crit? No, it wasn't. Let's go, Dhelmise. Oh, that was intense. I think in that position you never Nightshade. And I think you just stall out the burn. I think Dhelmise might have been able to pull it off anyway. It would have been really, really close, but that was a super fun game. I did not play perfectly by any means in that game, but I'm glad that regular Dhelmise and Hitmontop actually put in as much work as it did. And obviously we got a little fortunate with that one confusion hit onto Lapras, but I think we were bound for one given that there were no confusion hits up to that point. Alright, we're going to find our next opponent of the day. Let's see if we can actually max the Dhelmise in this matchup. This team reminds me a lot of the early kind of meta teams from like Dallas Regionals, but Rotom, Conkeldurr, Whimsicott, Duraludon, so I had all of those on my Dallas team, and then Grimmsnarl and Dracovish. So, definitely seems like a matchup where we could try to set up Trick Room. Like, if we go Hatterene and Indeedee, even though the Duraludon can max, like, we have... I actually kind of want to go Hatterene and Hitmontop, like, and learn my lesson from that last game, where we just fake out whatever we think doesn't max. But the problem is if Grimmsnarl comes out. Yeah. I think we just go Hatterene and Indeedee, Dhelmise, and Hitmontop is interesting because actually apparently even with, I haven't tried this yet, but with a Psychic Terrain up, you can actually still Sucker Punch yourself. I don't want to go for it, to be honest. Alright, I'm fully putting my eggs in the Dhelmise basket this game. Machamp could have been solid as well. Chandelure I don't like too much in this matchup because it isn't sashed, so it just gets wrecked by, you know, Dracovish. If you Whimsicott, Duraludon, Tailwind, you don't even need a Tailwind. I mean, if you have Max Darkness, that wrecks it as well. But I think you could definitely argue between Hitmontop and Machamp, but I think I'm still trying to figure out the most optimal leads for this team. Like, because I think Hitmontop Hat could work out here, but like I said, like if my opponent didn't have Grimmsnarl, I think I would go with that. But because there is the threat of Grimmsnarl, I want to play a little bit more carefully around it. I'm expecting Duraludon plus something, but like Duraludon plus Whimsicott or Duraludon plus Grimmsnarl would be fine. Yeah, it's Whimsicott, perfect. Okay. Because then what we can do here is go for the Follow Me. And the Follow Me obviously doesn't redirect a Steel Spike, but it will get, doesn't redirect the Steel Spike, but it ensures that we get Trick Room up, which is what we need in this game. But yeah, had I just gone for a Hitmon top, we could have just faked out Whimsicott. I guess that doesn't really make too much of a difference anyway. So let's just Trick Room and follow me. Yeah, not much reason to deviate from that. The problem is that Duraludon will get multiple boosts off with Steel Spike. And Dhelmise obviously hits on the physical spectrum. But it should be able to knock out everything else on the team. And we should have the Dynamax advantage in this game. Our opponent will have taken 2 turns of Dynamax before we even use our first turn. Yeah. I'm expecting, it's also good information here. If we see a Life Orb, it indicates to us that it's obviously, you know, more offensive variant. If there's no Life Orb, it indicates to me it's Assault Vest, which means it's bulkier. The problem is I don't know if we'll be able to Brutal Swing ourselves, but we should be able to get hit on top out next to our Dhelmise. Yeah, so I'm following me here just to cover, unless he has Dazzling Gleam, Whimsicott. That's the one thing. Okay, good. He actually went for Fake Tears, which doesn't work in Psychic Terrain, yeah. I'm just gonna go for Steel Spike. Wow, into Indeedee. Well, that means we're definitely gonna get Brutal Swing off, which is nice. Is it not Stalwart for some reason? That would be really odd. This is why Indeedee is so good in the meta, though, right? Like, it's able to block Fake Tears, which so many people were using. Either way, though, even if it was Stalwart, or maybe it just was targeting Indeedee expecting a Protect from Hat. But the Fake Tears never make sense there, because I don't even have anything that can float. So maybe my opponent just forgetting about that. I could Brutal Swing, but I actually don't want to risk it, so I'd rather just go on the offensive here and Dazzling Gleam and Psychic. Actually, double Dazzling Gleam is a little more interesting here, because I don't necessarily want to knock out Whimsicott. No, I mean, it doesn't do much. I'm definitely not maxing, though, because I want the free switching into Dhelmise. Yeah, I'm fine actually just Dazzling Gleaming and Psychicking. Let's just get a KO. Why not? Okay, that's honestly, like, as good as turn 1 could have played out, to be honest. And that's still really solid damage on the Duraludon as well. So, it is easy to forget about the Fake Tears interaction sometimes, so I can see how, you know, that happened. But we'll knock it out, and second Steel Spike coming off. Yeah, I mean, this Duraludon's going to have a lot of boosts, which is going to be a problem. But, like I said, that's fine. Because we can actually still get a lot of special damage off this turn with, like, Dazzling Gleam and Psychic, and after this turn, Dynamax will have ended for my opponent. So, even with all these boosts, I'm not that worried about Duraludon. Because we're still doing so much on the special side. Maybe double Dazzling Gleam would have been better there, just to chip away more at Duraludon, but I think we'll be alright. Could even make a crazy play and honestly max the Hatterene, but yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Or max Indeedee. As Conkeldurr comes out, okay. I'm happy to see Conkeldurr as well, that's fine. In fact, I don't just want a Helping Hand Psychic. Yeah. That's fine by me, actually. I think that's okay. We will get Hitmontop and Dhelmise out this game. The reason why I want to Helping Hand Psychic is because I think with Psychic Terrain and the Helping Hand, even if it's AV Conkeldurr, we might get the knockout. And if we get the KO, Duraludon can only knock out 1 of 2 Pokemon, and then I still put on so much pressure in the upcoming turns. Otherwise, because Conkeldurr is going to outspeed Indeedee under Trick Room, right? But Hat's going to be faster. The downside here is Conkeldurr is not AV and can Protect, but I think Conkeldurr, that Duraludon is AV. Yeah. So that means Conkeldurr is an AV. That was kind of a silly play. Okay, nice play. And he's going to go for the Steel Spike again. So 3 defense boosts now. Going to go into Hat. Okay. Yeah, that was... I literally contradicted what I was saying as the turn was going on. Okay, so max ends now on Duraludon's end. But we can finally max on our end. And Dhelmise is a pretty clear Pokemon to bring in. So we'll bring that out. Actually, Hitmontop out this turn isn't a terrible option either. I kind of like just going out into Dhelmise, yeah. I should have just double Dazzling Gleam last turn. Just get a lot more free damage onto Duraludon, basically. But figure that maybe the Conkeldurr gets greedy there. But I guess because now we know it's not AV, as I said, the AV was on Duraludon, obviously, so that was kind of silly on my end. Max. Dynamax. Defense drops or defense boosts? I'm worried about if he ice punches us, that's fine because it would activate weakness policy. Yeah, I'm kind of down for helping hand Max Phantasm into Conkeldurr. I guess what I should have done last turn was just Psychic and Dazzling Gleam because that covers, like, if you're AV Conkeldurr, then you probably just knock out the, you double KO, but then I get Hitmontop and Dhelmise out. A nice play by my opponent. That was just silly on my end. But we've been able to stall out our opponent's Dynamax, which is good. And now we'll be able to get our Dynamax Dhelmise out. Should be able to put in a lot of work now. Looks so sick too. On stream the other day I drew Dhelmise and I was like, it's actually got one of the coolest designs I think in the game. Like I never appreciated just how cool of a design it had. Okay, so we'll go for Helping Hand. I don't think this is knocking out Conkeldurr unfortunately, but we'll see. Got Max Phantasm off. Yeah, we fall short of the KO, but that's alright. Question here is, does my opponent have Ice Punch? If so, did you double up onto the Dhelmise? Nope, it's just Drain Punch though. Okay, I'm very happy to see Drain Punch because now I get Hitmontop in for free. Best case scenario is if he has Dark Pulse and he just activates our weakness policy. I think that would secure the game up for us. He's just Flash Banging though. Okay. It's fine. So now we bring Hitmontop out. I gotta say I am worried about... Like, Conkeldurr could easily protect here, right? Psychic Terrain is still up, so I can't Fake Out. So I might self-Sucker Punch here. Also, what do I think is going to be in the back? Because Trick Room is running out. It's the last turn of Trick Room, actually. Hitmontop should outspeed, I think. Rotom scares me in the back, actually. I'm going to double him Duraludon, I think, with Close Combat and Max Phantasm. That should pick up the knockout onto Duraludon. Yeah. I messed up that turn by going for the Helping Hand Psychic, though. That was bad on my end. This should have been a super free game after turn 1. I need to be more willing to activate my own weakness policy, too. Yep, there's Conkeldurr protecting. Okay, we get that right. But if Rotom's in the back, we think we're still in some trouble. We'll have to see. I don't know if this KOs. I mean, it's +1 Duraludon now. I want to say it should. If not, we're in some trouble, I think. Okay, good. So you got that read correct. Conkeldurr will definitely faint from a close combat. I don't know who's faster between Conkeldurr and Hitmontop here, honestly. We still have one more turn to Dynamax. So this is really coming down to the wire. If it's Dracovish, though, I think we win. I'm hoping to see Dracovish. We've seen Drain Punch and Protect, which are obviously the standard moves. No Ice Punch. It is Dracovish. Ooh, okay. He might crunch me. I think we have to knock out Dracovish here. So I'm thinking just Max Overgrowth and Sucker Punch. Yeah. That's what we're going for. If he's got Crunch and Ice Punch, though, I think we lose. It's going to be a close finish for sure. I also don't know who's faster between the Conkeldurr and the Hitmontop. I want to say Hitmontop should be faster, but I don't know if he has any speed investment or if he's min-speed. I don't think Ban Crunch Dracovish knocks out Dhelmise. I hope not. The other play to consider was... I would say... no, I don't think Protect makes sense. Okay, so we're going to self-Sucker Punch. That does a lot of damage to us. Maybe Crunch just KOs us after that. Let's see. He's Mach Punching us. Okay. Hitmontop survives even after a crit. And he's Vicious Rending. Okay, that should secure the game up for us, I think. Because Max Overgrowth should knock out the... If it doesn't, I'm going to be really sad. But this is a +2 max move. Okay, nice. Okay, so now the question is... that was a crit, but I don't think it mattered. We've seen 3 of the Conkeldur's 4 attacks, right? So the question is basically, is Ice Punch your last attack? But I feel like if you have Ice Punch, why would you Vicious Rend into... Sorry, why would you Mach Punch there as well? Why not just Ice Punch? I guess if you're worried about Weakness Policy getting activated. Conkeldurr, of course, is intimidated. It's Guts, so that negates the burn more or less. So it comes down to its last attacks. Could be like Rock Slide. I think we just protect this turn to Scout. Yeah. And we heal back more with Grassy Terrain as well. Whereas Conkeldurr is going to be in KO range from us anyway. Let's see, did I have Ice Punch this whole time? Oh, I did! Wow. So then if we actually targeted Conkeldurr, we would have won, but I played with information given that it hadn't revealed Ice Punch. Well played, man. Well played. I don't know if this KOs with the Intimidate. Kind of wish I got a defense boost now. I want to say it KOs, but let's find out. Moment of truth. Nice. Well conserved. Alright, Ice Punch comes out. Intimidated. Burn. I think it KOs. Dhelmise! Oh, wow. Dude, Dhelmise. Let's go. That was crazy. I could have played a little bit better this game for sure. I'm not too happy about how I set it up, but the fact that Dhelmise clutched it out was huge. Like, I think my opponent made some misplays that allow me to win this. Like, I don't think I played perfectly, right? Because I mean, the Mach Punch in the end there, I guess, covers the option of me being sashed. No, but you saw the sash on Hatterene. So if you're clicking Vicious Rend with the Dracovish, I think you should always just go for the Ice Punch into my Dhelmise. Although I guess my opponent actually, sorry, the reason they didn't go for that was because they didn't want to activate the Weakness Policy to allow me to KO, which makes sense. So, yeah. I guess that, in retrospect, actually makes more sense than I thought. But also, yeah, the turn 1, obviously, like, the Whimsicott could have gotten another attack off instead of going for the fake tier, so forgetting about the Psychic Terrain. But, Dhelmise clutched it out in both games today. That was super crazy. Those were some really, really fun games as well. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like. Try out the team yourself if you are interested in it. It's definitely really fun, and we'll be back with some more games tomorrow with this. Like I said, I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so hope to see some of you guys at that stream at twitch.tv/CybertronVGC. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.